Greetings, salutations, and happy October 4th, ladies and gentlemen. We will be doing, as promised, a bass suck less video today. Hi, my name's Rick, good to see you, and this is a lot of bass, which is scary for a guy like me who has paws for hands, but we'll get through it. Now, what did I want to talk about today? Well, I'll tell you, thanks for not asking. We are going to talk about, there we go, practicing your fingers to a metronome. Yeah, we're still doing that, and it's okay. So here's the deal. Last week, I showed you how to get pick exercises along to a metronome, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So if you're playing bass with a pick, you already know how to do that, right? It's exactly the same as guitar. Fingers, on the other hand, totally different animal. Now, a lot of people, you'll get bass players who are purists and they refuse to play with anything but their fingers. You get guys who refuse to play anything with anything but a pick. But the thing is you should use whatever the song calls for. Learn to play with a pick and learn to play with your fingers, okay? That's part of playing bass, so. Okay, so again, like we did last week, you can just pick a note. That one works, okay? So, thing is, you're dealing with your fingers and you're plucking. And it is a totally different approach to how to play. So with a pick, you're focusing on down and up. With a bass, you're focusing basically on your lead two fingers, right? Now, a lot of people like to float their hand over the bass. I like to anchor my thumb on one of the pickups because I find that gives me the best way to control where I'm at, right? So I lead with my middle finger. Not everyone does. So figure out which one of your fingers is your comfortable one. And for singles, oh, hold on. Torture machine. There we go. Okay, so metronome on again. So lead with your finger and start walking. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just along with the metronome, same deal. So I'm going middle finger, pointer finger. Just got away with that. You may go 1, 2, 1, 2, right? But the reason I like to lead from whatever finger's furthest back, I'll show you in a second. So if you're gonna double up, right? Sorry, I'm running the bass through a Vox right now, so it doesn't sound very good. It's a guitar amp, so 2. And now, here's the interesting one though, right? Because right now, it's the same as going down up with a pick, right? So what's interesting is when you get into 3, remember how with the pick you're going down, up, down, up, down, up. So kind of lead right, lead down, lead up, lead down, lead up. Well, we're going to use 3 fingers. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Totally different feel, right? But I use ring, middle, pointer. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you want to roll back, whichever is more comfortable for you, don't be afraid to slow the metronome down, okay? But when it comes to triplets, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, it's a little easier to mess with because when you're doing it with guitar and you only have 2 ranges of motion, down or up, you have to divide the 2 into 3s, right? So you sort of need 2 full triplets to have it sort of come back to where you started with a down, right? So you started down and then you're going up and then you come back down again. Bass, right? You can just sit there 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, here's the real question though. What's the 4? Well, I have a tiny pinky. Nope, no pun. So for me to go 1, 2, 3, 4 doesn't work. So what I've instead learned to do is just walk fast. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, I'll show you. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Same counting exercises as last week, only with our fingers. So metronome's on again at 120. So pick that note and try walking. Lead finger, second finger, or in my case, middle finger pointer, right? And then faster. Now triplets. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then walking fast. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Right? So, you can try this too fast and mess yourself up. That's about where I can go comfortably, where I can focus on what I'm doing and try to become a better bass player, because I'm not that great at one. If you're having trouble, slow down. Don't be afraid to slow down. As a matter of fact, as a bass player, you should be able to play slow in time accurately. That's more important than being able to be fast and accurate. However, a lot of people will debate that. And for the record, for anyone asking, I am using a Schecter Stiletto neck-through 6-string bass tuned A standard, because I'm a gearbox. So, and again, if you're bored, don't be afraid to put some effects on, right? Like add some distortion. Right? Don't be afraid. Also, basses love fuzz. Practice to a metronome, suck less. I'll see you later.